Monire Mosa, Tampokelelani. So, my name is Lorraine Masia Mponera. On this channel, Chitumbuka na Lorraine, I support you to learn Chitumbuka language. Chitumbuka is spoken in Malawi as well as other neighboring countries like Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Congo, and places like that. So, in this video, we are exploring the language of the hospital. If you ever happen to visit the hospital, or you want to visit someone, or you just want to understand when people are talking about the language of hospital, this video is for that. So because we have a bit more to cover, let's get right into it. All right, so Chipatala Hospital, Chipatala, doctor, dokotara. You can see it's a borrowed word, just say it slowly. Or we can say uchija abantu. Uchija is treating, really. Yeah. Yeah, making someone gain their health, something like that. Nachira, vanichija. Nesi, or nasi. Or wopereka mkwara. So it's again a borrowed word. Just say it slowly. Nesi. Nasi. Caregiver. Vautisamalira or vautipwererera. Someone who looks after us. Wakutisamalira, wakutipwererera. Wakutipwererera. Someone who is nice. Oh, yura ni muwemi. Nice, muwemi. Or wanankaru. Nkaru is behavior. So it's like someone who's well behaved. Wanankaru. She's nice. Yeah. Kind, lusungu, Lusungu. I think I was rushing. My handwriting can be crazy. Ngwarusungu. I do know that typing, things that are typed and polished and all of that is what people would prefer maybe, or something like that. Nobody has given this up there. But I write using my pen is also for my own mental well-being and all of that. So because I know I've been told that using pen on paper, writing your thoughts is what helps our brains to, to stay healthier. One of the things that helps. Yeah. So I use this deliberately. I use pen and paper deliberately. It's for my own. But if people have a different opinion about it, you can let me know. I can still write on pen and paper and type them later. And if that's what people want, polish and all of that. But I do this, like I'm saying, it's maybe I need to put my video on so people can see me. Let me see. Oh no, this is too big here. Let's see if we can move it somewhere. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was just saying that I use pen and paper. It's because it's for my own health. It's not that I cannot type. It's not that I cannot use all these fancy stuff, but because I'm in this for a longer term, it's part of my aging plan as well. So yeah, so much as I'm looking after you guys to say, okay, learn a language to help your brain, but I'm also helping myself to continue writing using my handwriting on paper. Sometimes I do write using my left hand. I'm right-handed, but sometimes I use my left hand just to make sure that I'm practicing both sides of my brain, really. Let's get back into it. Anyway, it's talking about the hospital, it's talking about the health. So I thought I should mention it in this video. But yeah, if you have different opinions about it, do let me know. Like I say, it's intentional. It's not like I do not have access to stuff, because I do have. So I can do other ways, but Let me know if this is something that you would want different. Yeah, because sometimes it's good to go with a crowd, but sometimes it's also good to stay in your lane. So yeah, this is my lane. Nice, but honestly speaking, if this is something that people want to see different, I would really truly love to hear that, and then I can address that. Yeah, it doesn't mean that I'll stop writing using pen and paper. I will do, but it just means it will be double work. I'll type it, which is fine because I do it when I do this when I have free time, right? And like I say, it's also part of my own mental well-being, Leila. All right. Although underneath it, everyone you start creating YouTube channels with the aim of maybe one day I will be monetized and make money, but that is like a um another part of it. Yeah. So where are we? Nice Muemi, Wankaru, behavior Nkalu, Muemi, Wanankaru Yola, kindness, Rusungu. Oh, Mano Rusungu. Oh, this child is very kind. Respect Nchindi. Nchindi is respecting people. Oh, Pereka Nchindi Yula. Oh, Nchindi Zinu. Oh, Nchindi Zukumanelelani. Yeah. So when I clap like this is a different clap, guys. It's different from any other clap that we do. But oh, only chiefs we clap for them like this. Oh, the chief is about to stand to speak. Mm, that's all respect. So if a nurse, doctor, or anyone working at the hospital is respectful, we say ananjende. Some don't, but many nurses, hospital workers are very nice because they are there. It's their calling. Yeah. And because I was in a nursing school myself, not that I'm a nurse, I ran out of it. Um, I was training in Malawi in around 1990, was it 97? 97, 98. I was in a nursing school for 1 year. It didn't work for me. In my life all along, I was telling myself that I want to become a doctor, but in Malawi, becoming a doctor is very tough because of the capacity of the university. We only have one college of medicine, and so the competition is tough. So I didn't get a space for that because I didn't qualify, and I went into nursing instead. But yeah, it was hard at the time to train as a nurse in Malawi. But when I came here, I started working in palliative care, looking after people who are dying. I was working with nurses, um, and I had insights in terms of the trainings, how it's run here, and the specialties, and all of that. It sounds like something that I can do, but I don't think I would want to return back to nursing. Okay. So that is um that's out of the way now. So and probably will be asking, so what did you do if you ran away from nursing? Oh my God, that's a big question. I am into public health. I'm a public health professional. All right. Okay. But I don't work in public health. I work as an activist. It's activism that brings money on my table. Yesterday, because today is 21st of February. Oh, is this video going to come out on the 21st? No, it's going to come out on the 23rd. But when it's being recorded, today is 21st. So on the 20th of February, they said it's a social justice day. So I went up to also take part in it. There was a lot of things, poetry, music, speeches, and stuff like that. I will share a video if someone shares a video of my section on my other channel, Loren Masiamponel. Yeah, just someone has literally, because WhatsApp is just behind me, literally someone has sent a has just sent it now. So I'll share it, but on my other channel where I just share my day-to-day activities. It's called Loren Masiamponela. If that's also what you're interested in, you can also subscribe to that to see what I do on a daily basis. Really. Respect nchindi, opereka nchindi, okay. Patients, varwali, murwali. Outpatients, wakwendera. Vavagoneka, inpatients, vavagoneka, right? Outpatients, wakwendera. Wakwendera means, kwenda is walking. So, if but with wakwendera, when we say wakwendera, what we mean is you come home and you go again. You can't, so you are someone who goes there as an outpatient. Admitted, vavagoneka. Inpatient, I mean, vavagoneka. Vagonekeka. Kugona is sleeping. So it means you are sleeping at the hospital, but that means you have been admitted. Medication, munkwala. Hash, mukali. Hey, some workers can be wakali. Huh? Okali pabweka. It just throws words unnecessarily, at patients. She's not nice. He's not nice. It's too harsh. Treat kuchija negligence. Opwelela kuyai. It doesn't care. Opwelela yai. Yai is no. When someone say yai, it means they're saying no. So if you are not caring, so this is like opwelela kuyai, it's like not caring. Drunkards, orovera. We used to have drunkards. He was a student then. Now I hear he works. I don't know how it happened because honestly speaking, you cannot be having a doctor who comes to work drunk. It was sort of common. This is not common, but not rare. It's not like rare stories. Clinical officers it's a cadre just below medical doctor, because most hospitals in Malawi are managed by clinical doctors. When we say doctor, we are talking about a clinical office. Clinical officers they are trained for 3 years, while the actual doctor is trained for 7 years or something. So B is like a middle, not middle, maybe lower, lower than a doctor, but they are the ones who manage hospitals, especially smaller hospitals. But if it's central hospital, yes, you will have doctors and specialists, although they are also quite very rare, very few. We don't have many doctors because the majority of Malawian doctors are in UK. Yeah, Malawi trains us, and we come to work here. I mean, us, not as in a doctor, but I was trained in Malawi, but I live here in the UK, and I was trained in environmental health, public health, and I don't work in that profession. So whether it's a worst or not, but yeah, it's different countries that benefit from the struggle that our countries put in. Because like when I was going to school, university especially, it was free food, free accommodation. You didn't pay fees, and they were giving us a little pocket money. That was education during my time. Now it's different. Kids are all over the place. This is why there's so much scandal. The education system is so bad. It's all about money, money, money at the moment. But during my time, it was the opposite of that. It was the student who was really nurtured and honored and all of that. I would not have done my university um if I wasn't sorry, if I wasn't funded, if the university was not fully funded like that and getting even more money. Even when I was there, I was also given scholarships and all of that. So it was really good and supportive. Now it's the opposite. A lot of intelligent children do not, they will be selected to university, but they do not go because they have to pay fees, pay accommodation, pay for their food, pay this, pay that, and it leaves them very vulnerable. And they stay in places that sometimes it's not even worth of staying a university student, which is nightmare. So yes, we used to have drunkards. And so my question is, when a drunkard is staying up in the theater, is the one doing the um cesarean or something like that, and they are drunk, or if there's an emergency and he is the doctor for the night, so I hear stories like that. I don't know how they are managed, but like I'm saying, it's not common, but it's there. Okay. Safety, Quiba. This is big in capital letters, is big because even the current president at the moment, he has announced that doctors who work um in government hospitals needs to declare if they are also running private practices. So in Malawi, in our hospitals, they you will have nothing, no medication, no this, no that, no that. But you find all of that in private hospitals. We are not saying all private hospitals are doing, um, they are the ones who are siphoning medication. We're not saying all of them, but what I can say from what I know, and from what I've seen and heard, and what has happened and is already in the public spaces, there is always like a link between the pharmacist and somebody else and somebody else. So that's for medication. If it's to do with the laboratory equipment, again, it means there's someone connected from the laboratory to. So all these things, there's like a chain. Some people have been put in prison before. Like one of my classmates was one of the people who was put in prison. We were together at nursing, but then she changed, she went into pharmacy, and then later on she was implicated in a huge theft scandal. So it's not new. But like I'm also saying that some of the things is things I've seen with my own eyes. When you are working there, probably it's like, oh, because we don't get enough salary, or because we don't get. But it's also sometimes it can be seen like it's gone to a habit level where, yeah, just siphoning, and those things from government, they end up in private hospitals. Just 2 days ago, I saw something like ESCOM is our Electricity Supply Commission of Malawi. Wires, they were being, is it exported to India? So someone tipped the police, and the police went and retrieved it. And the two Indians were caught and were put in uh, for questioning because these things were stolen from ESCOM, but then now they're saying big wires for electricity and all of that. So it's everywhere. Theft is everywhere. I'm mentioning Indians because these were the Indians, but definitely Malawians are involved in the chain because these two Indians, probably they don't even work at ESCOM. And the person who tipped, how did he know? So definitely Malawians are linked to things like that. And yeah, So it's not about race or anything like that, but we're just talking about what has happened here. Okay, so theft is big, is big. I mean big. God knows how it will end. So, like in every department, I've just talked about laboratory and maybe pharmacy here, but it's it's commoner everywhere. And sometimes it can be even small things like mops or anything like that. Instead of using at the hospital, the mops, the blankets, this and that, they'll be diverted really. The day they arrive is the day they are shared and like that. It's not everywhere, but I'm just saying that these practices are there. Okay. So, infiltrated, kupusikijira. This is also common. People working as a doctor when they're not doctors. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Do you not log in somewhere with your signet or whatever? Like, and that do your colleagues do not know about you? And I'm like, how does someone just turn up and say, I work here as a doctor, and indeed you start treating people? Huh? I don't understand that. Like what systems are in place. So this is also has been appearing again over and over, seeing people being caught, but after years of practicing as a doctor, it does put people's lives in at risk. So the theft, I don't know if I explained properly there, where I was saying the current president has just announced that doctors need to declare if they are also having private thing because I think people are connecting the dots. Why are hospital materials, medication, and all of that ending up in private hospitals? But we also have very good private hospitals. The thing is, excuse me, I've seen this happen over and over again. I don't know how to say it because I don't want to offend people. I also don't want to kind of like not say what is what is happening. So people would work in a government hospital, but probably in a government hospital, there's always what we call shortage of staff, shortage of this, shortage of that. But the same doctors are available in their private practices. So most of the times, it's just a connection where you ask who is the best doctor for this particular condition, and people will tell you where is his private practice. So you go there to meet her there because she's available there, but not in you will not be able to see her or him in the government hospital. So I don't know. I haven't researched much in terms of like what the government has found out why it has led them to this, but there's something in there. Maternity, kuchipatara kobabira vana. Kubaba means delivery. Vana is children. Chipatara is hospital. So maternity ni chipatara chobabira vana. Guardian shelter kwa kugona wopwererera varwari. Kwa kugona is sleeping. Opwererera means caregivers, people who are looking after patients. In Malawi, you have to have a guardian when you are in a hospital. If you don't have a guardian, you suffer because you have to have someone who will help you to wake you up, to dress you up, to do this, to do that, because our hospitals are not equipped the way hospitals are in UK. When I came here in UK and I was hearing that no, you can't be, nobody has a guardian at the hospital. I was like, what? What will happen? So who will? No guardians. You can go and visit, but no, because everything is provided for, from food to everything, to care, to making your bed, to everything. Like you are really looked after someone who is sick. So they do not rely on a guardian. If you go and do something for him or her or your relative, that's perfect because everyone would want to be with their family around, chatting, trying to, you know, encourage them to eat or something like that. It's good, but it doesn't mean that you would be neglected when you do not have someone to come and see you, and nobody sleeps at the hospital. It's not allowed. They are looked after day and night, which is amazing. Honestly, it is amazing. I've been in hospital myself. It's amazing. Injection, sindano. Kulasa sindano. Kulasa is pricking. Sindano is injection. Varasa sindano. Vanilasa sindano. Nampoka sindano. Meaning injection. I'm receiving injection. Suffering kusujika. Pain. Kukoma. Hey, nakoma. Mutuwane. Jisulane. Mulamoane. Nakoma. Nakoma in. Meaning I'm in pain. I'm in pain. Nakoma. 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 Everyone will know that you are saying you are in pain. Nakoma. Nakoma. Kuvinya. It's also painful. Kuvinya, kuvava. When nakoma. Aja, nakoma. Meaning, hey, it's too painful. This is page 12 too. We are nearly there. We'll go this like quick. Deriva, kuwa, kubabika. When you have just delivered the baby. Hey, mwana wawa. Meaning, you've delivered. Although kuwa can mean falling, but whew, the baby is falling out. It's not. It's been delivered. Mwana wawa, wababika. Huh? Don't remind me. Oh, God. It just takes me back to that day when my baby was thrown on my stomach. And I was like, I'm alive. Oh, gosh. It's an experience that I can't describe it. I'm even getting emotional because it's over 30 years ago, but for me, the memories will always be there until tomorrow. Everywhere where I will go, the memories will still be there. And I thank God for it. Under five, yeah, I am a woman of faith, so I use that. Like, I thank God. And I mean it, not just as a saying, but I mean it. Under five, kwa vana vachoko vachoko. Vana vachoko vachoko means young children. So any under five clinic, you say kwa vana vachoko. Okay? Male children, kwa vanarumi. Vanarumi means men. Mwanarume, you must mean one, mwanarume. Vanarumi, mene, plural. Male word, kwa vanarumi. Kugona vanarume. Kugona is sleeping. You can say kugona vanarume, or kwa vanarume, or kuchigava cha vanarume. Chigava, Chigawa. Chigava. Female word, kwa vanakazi, chigawa cha vanakazi. Kugona vanakazi. Vanakazi is female. Word, chigawa. Manalist. Vana vakusowekera chakurya mthupi. Vana, children. Vakusowekera, lack. Chakurya, food. Mthupi, body. Vana vakusowekera chakurya mthupi. So if you're malnourished, we'll say mwana osowekera chakurya mthupi. Mwana uyo uoneka nthe. This child is this how this child looks? Akusowekera chakurya cha nkhongono mthupi. Nkhongono means strength. We'll get to that in a minute. Nasal tube. Tube cha mphuno. This is nose mphuno. There is a video here about body parts. If you want to know what this is called in my language, what this is called, there's a video about body parts. I mean, all body parts. You need to look at it. IVF, intravenous fluids, drip ya maji, kuwika dripi. So vabikira drip, vabikira maji, meaning someone is receiving intravenous fluid. Blood transfusion, kuwika ndopa. Vavika ndopa or pokera ndopa is receiving blood. Kuvika, transfuse. Okay, stopped breathing. Vafa, vataika, valeka kututa. Kutaika is also means death. Someone who has stopped breathing, tikuti vataika, vafa. So that is sad when someone comes and telling you to say, hey, vafa. Valeka kututa. Stopped breathing is kuleka kututa. But if someone has stopped breathing, tikuti vafa. Vakavataika. Vafa, valeka kututa sono. Varuta, meaning she's gone. OPD, which is outpatient department, kulembeshera or kwa kufikira or something like that. Q, muzeri. Discharged, babafumya or bafuma, like getting out of the hospital. She's been discharged. Babafumya. This is WAWA, WRWR, babafumya or bafuma. Ufuma is getting out or leaving. So bafuma. Recovered, vachira. Oh, varuchira son. Vachira. Okay. Don't worry, this is the last page. This page, I don't know how it came up as page 3, but we're only doing 2 pages. Where? No, wiki. I'm saying where kuchipatala vara uniform. But it's weak. Wiki. Nkhongono valiji. When you feel weak, I'm like, oh no. Nkhongono niliji. Nipigirani bara. Give me some porridge. Strong again. Nkhongono zawereramu. Hey, nina nkhongono zani meaning I was sick and weak, but now my energy is back. My strength is back. So nkhongono zawereramu kwereramu is back. It has come back. Let me stop share because that's the end of our video. So let me know if you have learned anything in the video. If you're benefiting, please leave a comment because that's the only way I can know that I'm making content that is helping people. But I would also love just to have interactions with you, right? Because otherwise I'm like, am I speaking to myself? No one wants to talk to me. And is this worthy? Should I continue? Should I not? But as you know, we are on a 90-day journey. We started on the 26th of January on a journey of making 90 videos within 90 days. So today is, like I said, this video will come out on the 23rd. Meaning we are remaining with 3 days to finish the month, or 2 days to finish a month. How amazing, how quick it has gone, meaning 2 more months to go. I'm so excited and I'm keen to finish there, to really do everything in my power to complete the challenge. And I will celebrate that. You don't know how, but I have a plan how to celebrate it. All right, so Naruto sono Yeuchomeni. Sorry it was a bit longer, but I'm sure you enjoyed some of the stuff. And yeah, Naruto Yeuchomen. Bye. Bye.